Hi, my name is Jeff, and welcome to the INTJ equation, a channel that views typology from the lens of an unhealthy INTJ. Today I want to talk to you about John Beebe's 8-function model. This video is going to be an introduction into his 8-function model with the cognitive attitudes, and it has a unique flavor for each function, for each type. But before we get into the content, I would like to remind you to like, share, subscribe, and if you like this video. I also want to thank Starstorm for my Discord server for this new logo that I look forward to implementing once I work all the kinks out. Definitely want to see if it grows on me and how I like it. If you'd like to join my Discord server, the link is down below. You could also add me on social media, send me an email, and leave a comment below. Everything is down in the description. But before I get into John Beebe's 8-function model, I think I should talk a little about the Jungian archetypes, which he based this model from. As I said, each function for each type has a cognitive attitude, and that represents a Jungian archetype. Before I get into the 8-function model in depth, I think we first should talk about the Jungian archetypes. John Beebe used Jungian archetypes for the cognitive attitude for each function for each type. So each function, depending on the type, has its own flavor. With the 8-function model, each type has all 8 functions, but depending on where it's at, it's how it's manifested. Jungian archetypes, if you don't know, they were kind of reoccurring themes, reoccurring characters, reoccurring stories throughout history, literature, fairy tales, folklore, you name it. These archetypes just keep reoccurring over and over. The first cognitive attitude is based off Jung's hero archetype. John Beebe calls this the strength and pride of the ego, and it's what leads the person to individuation. As I get into the details of this is the type, this is the spot that the hero function is the default for each type for each person. Like an INTJ has NI hero, introverted intuition, so we're almost always using our NI. It's kind of our go-to, our bread and butter. It's the strongest function in our presence. And of course, each type varies. The second function, or the auxiliary function as it is in MBTI, is called the father-mother function. Or just to simplify things, the parent function. This is the responsibility, the fostering and nurturing that you can find in each type. For INTJs, our father-mother/parent function, whatever you'd like to call it, is extroverted thinking. So we use this for responsibility and nurturing others. Kind of like how I want to inform everybody so they grow and learn as an individual. And I'm using my extroverted thinking in this way. The third function, or the tertiary function as MBTI calls it, is the puer aeternus, or the polea aeternus. This means eternal boy or girl in Latin, so to simplify things, let's call it the child function, as CSJ does. This is immaturity and childishness in the user, whoever it may be. So we act very immature, kind of selfish in this way. For an INTJ, it would be introverted feeling. So we're very foolish, immature, childish in the way we feel. That's the reason why we kind of come off as selfish. The fourth function, or MBTI calls it the inferior, in some models the aspirational function, is called the anima/animus function. The anima/animus was a Jungian archetype and an idea of the different sides of the mind. Like the animus was for a female, and it represented the masculine side of their mind, and an anima was a female side for the masculine person. And this is an area of embarrassment for the user. John Beebe calls this gateway to the unconscious. That's where CSJ got his theories from. And for INTJs, it's extroverted sensing, so we can be really self-conscious by the way we look, the way we talk, the way we come off. This is one reason why we don't take action. And once we exercise this function and make it aspirational, this can lead us to our ESFP dual side. And we'll get into the shadow functions now. The fifth function is called the opposing personality, or the nemesis function, as CSJ calls it, which rolls off the tongue better as well. And this is what John Beebe calls the area of frustration and challenge. Now let's jump into the shadow functions. The fifth function is called the opposing personality, or to simplify things once again, which rolls off the tongue better, the nemesis function. And this is the area of fear, the area of doubt, and frustration and challenge, as John Beebe would say. For an INTJ, we have any nemesis, which can kind of make us paranoid about others' intentions. It can make us kind of lay in bed and think about all the possible situations that can overwhelm our NI. It shadows the NI. It's the nemesis against the hero function. And it can lead us to stagnation, kind of team up with our SE inferior. The next function in the shadow, the sixth function, is the Cynic's witch function, depending if you're male or female. Cynics comes from the Latin term of old man. Think of the term senator. It's a bunch of old white dudes in office, basically. The Cynic's function is kind of like the self-limiting belief function. For an INTJ, it's TI, Cynics. So we kind of set our own beliefs like we're not smart enough. Or it can kind of work in reverse, in my opinion, that we think that we're smarter than everybody else. We will kind of just come to a conclusion without fact-checking things, and we'll push that into the end, and it kind of leads us to just being flat out wrong, and we're kind of caught in our own crap, basically. The seventh function in John Beebe's 8-function model is the trickster function. The trickster function is very manipulative, man. It tricks you. You're kind of devoid of this. You don't realize that you have a real lack of awareness, is the term I like to put. INTJs, we have FE trickster, which is extroverted feeling. So we often don't catch ourselves rationalizing others' emotions. When somebody wants us to be emotional and kind of validate their emotions, we either steamroll their emotions and rationalize it and kind of tell everybody to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, or we use our FI in a selfish way and kind of think of ourselves in that shoes and don't really validate that person's emotions. We kind of steal the spotlight. Woe is me, I guess you could say. The final function, the 8th function in John Beebe's 8-function model, is the demonic function, which kind of means bad spirit, good spirit, or you could simply call it the demon function. This is the area of hatred. John Beebe describes this as the area of undermining and redemption, and also it's an area to develop integrity, as he says, and this is very critical of self or others. And INTJ has SI demon, so we really don't care about traditions oftentimes, religion, Christmas, Hanukkah, holidays, silly things like that, at least silly in my mind. See, I just caught myself right there in it. It could also be about self-care. We kind of neglect our own needs. Like for me, my SI demon's really bad about overeating. I kind of indulge with it with my SC inferior, and my SI demon just kind of says, well, screw you, you're going to do this, and causes me a lot of health problems and weight problems. So it's something you definitely need to watch as an INTJ with SI demon, because it can kill you. Thank you for watching this video. This is just an introduction to a very long video series. There's probably going to be about 64 videos in this series, so I got my work cut out for me. Again, if you like this content and you find it helpful, please like, share, subscribe. It'll really help this channel grow, especially liking it. Kind of sets it in the algorithm so more people can see it. You can also add me social media, INTJ equation all around. Send me an email if you like. Join our Discord server. It's all down in the description below. Thank you for going beyond the clickbait, and have a great day.